Hello everyone, and it's time to enter the lost world of the Warlord. We are looking at issue 13 of volume 1, and now we're getting somewhere. Unlike issues 11 and 12, which were kind of recap issues or pointlessness, this one actually is a lot of fun. It's called The Hunter. It's written and illustrated by Mike Grell with colors by Adrian Roy, lettering by Ben Oda, and edited by Larry Hama. Now this is an interesting story because it brings back a character and situation that we've come across before. The heroes are wandering through the swamp trying to get closer to finding Tara and Shambhala where she's at, and they know this is a fast way to do it, even though Mariah is a little sick of the swamp. Well, they're attacked by this weird sea monster thing, and there's an awesome fight scene that takes couple pages. They manage to kill it and get out. Morgan finds a shell casing for a .375 Holland and Holland Magnum. And the only way a bullet got there is if Morgan fired it or somebody else from the outside world is in there. So Skartaris is inside the hollow earth, so obviously somebody found a way in. And that's when a shot rings out and Machiste manages to push Mariah out of the way before she gets her head taken off. And in their effort to flee, they walk into a trap and are knocked unconscious because Morgan has a thing about objects being attracted directly at his head. And when he wakes up, he meets a guy named Stryker. If you were listening to the previous broadcasts or have read issue 6, you will remember that he is one of the CIA operatives that Morgan beat the crap out of. He lost an eye, lost his job, and he blames Morgan for all of it. And despite what happened, Romanova, that's Mariah, her friend Professor Lakely, was shaken down by this guy and, quote, persuaded, unquote, to tell him what was really going on as soon as he got out of the hospital. And he spent over a year digging the tunnel out so he could get in, despite the fact that the tunnel was concealed by an explosion. And Stryker doesn't really understand the world. He refers to it as, I'm quoting here, a crazy inside-out world. But he's been tracking Morgan for days, came close to catching him a few times, but finally he caught up with him. And now his friends are tied to a tree with plastic explosives on them, C4 to be exact. The only way Morgan can free them is if he gets to a detonator on top of a termite mound somewhere nearby, near a waterfall. And Morgan has a 5-minute head start before this guy starts hunting him. So we get some most dangerous game action here. And there's a lot of snares and traps that Morgan's got to fight through. And it is a fun adventure. There's some great art in here. There's a great shot of Morgan fighting a snake. And Morgan goes for his pistol, which is hidden along the way, but of course it's booby-trapped. And wow, it's just a fun time, and it ends with a really sudden and abrupt end. And it is a blast. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this book. It's nice to see it picking back up again as they're on their way toward Shambhala to find Tara. And I just see more good things coming out of this and more good adventures. There's a lot of issues left in the series, and I think this is probably one of the better ones that we've seen in the last several issues, and it was definitely a fast-paced, fun, bit of a thrill ride, if you will. So if you get a chance to pick up an issue, this is a nice self-contained issue. It does reference a previous story, but it's not really essential to the plot. All you have to know is that somebody's trying to kill him, and that's where the Warlord shines. So it was a great issue, a lot of fun. Highly recommended. I really wish they would reprint these. But anyway, that'll do it for this Warlord Wednesday. Hopefully you'll join us for the next one. And until then, thanks as always for listening, and hopefully we'll see you on another broadcast.